Hello fans, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn about Args and Kwargs in Python. If you are really getting confused about Args and Kwargs in Python, this tutorial is for you. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to understand about Args and Kwargs, how to use Args and Kwargs, and what are the benefits of using Args and Kwargs in Python. If you really want to help me, like, share, and subscribe, and also write any words in the comment section of this video tutorial. It will make my video viral. In Python, args and kwargs allow you to pass a variable number of arguments to a function. If you really understand what a function means and how to define parameters in arguments and how to pass arguments into the function, so this will easy for you. So they are used to handle the cases where you are not sure about the number of arguments that will be passed to a function. So if you are not sure how many number of arguments you want to pass to a function, so you can use args and kwargs to uh, uh, because which allow you to pass a variable number of arguments to that function. Here is the args, which means non-cured arguments. Args is used to pass a variable number of non-keyword arguments to function, and the asterisk before the args variable name allows you to pass any number of arguments to that function. So it is unlimited number of arguments, which means if you define asterisk before the args variable name. So this is the keyword, and this is a variable number of arguments that allow you to pass to the function. Okay. So this args specify the number of non-keyword arguments that can be passed and the operations that can be performed on the function. Here is an example. Here is a function, and here the variable is defined as a parameter to the function. And I just specify the asterisk before the args variable name, which means a variable number of arguments will be passed to the function my function. And also here the args is iterable, so we are going to iteratively print out the values of the variable, because args is iterable because it contains a number of values which gonna pass to the function as an argument. Okay, so let's try to see by running this function, and let's call that function, because we pass a number of arguments when you call that function, because this function allow you to pass any number of arguments. For example, in the first function call, I just passed 3 arguments to that function, and let me call and see the output. Hello, Asibe, welcome. So here I pass 3 arguments, and it just iteratively prints each values of the argument which was passed to the function. And again, I call that function, and I passed 5 arguments to that function. The function is the same, and I call twice, and I pass different number of arguments into that function, and it accepts those number of arguments. Okay, here just iteratively prints each values of arguments from that function. So whenever you call that function, you can pass any number of arguments because it allows you to pass any number of arguments to the function. That is the best thing if you are defining a function that will not accept, or you are not sure how many number of arguments that will pass to that function. So this is what arguments means, or args means. And the second is Kwargs. This is somewhat different from arguments. So in Kwargs, it is called a cured arguments, but args is a non-cured arguments. It has no any keywords that identifies each values in the function that the function takes. Okay, this is the somewhat keyword arguments, which means a variable number of keyword arguments that can be passed to a function that can perform dictionary operation. This because a keyword argument, each values which pass through that function is identified by keywords or keys, which means it is a key value pair. That's why we call or that the function can perform a dictionary operations. Dictionary is a key value pairs. And in the keyword arguments, we specify double asterisk before the variable name keywords, which allows you to pass any number of keyword arguments to the function. But in the args, you only specify a single asterisk before the variable name args. That allows you to pass any number of arguments to the function, non-keyword arguments. Remember. Okay. Here's an example. The function, we just define the variable, the keyword arguments, and we specify double asterisks before the keyword arguments in the function. And this also iterable, and we going to iteratively print the keys and values of that function. So because it's the can perform dictionary operations, and dictionary has a key and a value. So each value must be identified or represented by a key and the keyword arguments. So if you are not sure how many number of keyword arguments you wanna pass to the function, so you can use keyword arguments, okay? And let's call run this and let's call this. And here, so the first name is the key, and this key has a value, first name, last name, and age. So this is called a key value pair. So this it can perform a dictionary operations. And here it's going to iteratively print the keys and values of the keyword arguments. Here we are going to use items function or method that iteratively prints the keys and values. Basically, items function or the dictionary name dot items just converts the dictionary into list of tuples. Let's see by prints keywords dot items, and we can see that this is it is a list of tuples. So each tuple contains a key and values. Okay. So this is a keyword arguments. So you can call this function many times, and you can pass any number of keyword arguments to that function, and you can print out. So it is look like args. Okay. So the benefits of using args and keywords, the other is flexibility. So if you when you define the function which takes unknown number of parameters, so you can use keyword arguments or args because that's flexibility. So you can pass two number of arguments or 3, 4, 5, flexible. If you define a function which takes only 2 parameters, so that is not flexible, you always pass 2 arguments to that function, okay? That's why we are recommended to use flexible or keyword arguments or args, but not always recommended to use args and keywords in the function definition. They provide the flexibility that handle an arbitrary number of arguments, and which can be useful when you are unsure about the number of inputs to your function. That is why flexibility is. If you are not sure that how many number of inputs that the function will print or accept. So you can use Args and Kwargs. Okay. And the other is code readability. They enhance the readability of your code as they allow you to pass multiple arguments without explicitly defining them in the function definition, without explicitly defining the uh, parameters in the function definition. So that is code readability and function overloading. By the way, function overloading, Python doesn't support function overloading by default, like other programming like Java and C++. So, but using Argus and QArgus, you can create functions that can be accepted different numbers of arguments. Okay, that is performing function overloading. So using Args and Kwargs can significantly improve the flexibility and the readability of your Python code, especially when dealing with functions that need to handle varying numbers of inputs. I hope this tutorial was useful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Write your comments in the comment section of this video. Thanks for watching.